What up, chat? How we doing? What up, AF? What up, Mark, Johnny? Vulture, did you take it? Did you trade wheat? What up, Trade? Lewis, Virginia. What up, Mudbutt? How you doing, Johnny? I'm doing great. Buenas noches, Tati. Entered long. I mean, if it keeps ripping, you did call out a generational move on wheat. I don't know what a normal move on it is, but if it goes 17%, that's got to be an absurd move. Let's get the stream rolling, shall we? What up, bro? Y'all got the wildest names. All right. How was trading today? Trading was good. Trading was actually really good. I traded a bit of the Asia session last night, caught some of the shorts. Like right around here, I believe. Yeah, it was right before Alan's stream. I got in that short. And today I caught the long off of 51, which was down here. So pretty good. We trading positive futures. Joe, if we need to, we'll find something. What up, Poison? Yeah, today was a good day. Intraday. What up, Connor? Obviously, just the early morning part likely sucked unless you were shorting. If you caught Jake's gold short. Speaking of which, dude, we talked about shorting gold last night. When we talked about shorting gold, it was here. If anyone took that somehow held with just absolute balls of steel, you got 140 points. That's crazy. Hard market to short. Yeah. Connor, I just didn't. I shorted a little bit last night after stream because obviously once we ended stream, market was pretty bearish. Overall perspective, I still like to long, but I'm open to shorts. Especially as we sit with daily candles looking like this, right? Just an outside bar doji. YM was a failure to go higher. Everything else doesn't look amazing. RTY got kind of smoked today. And then we have a chance for a 4-hour lower high. So I'm keeping an eye on that, but I'm not like, oh my God, we're shorting the world. All ES is doing is retesting its breakout area. That's nothing. Same with NQ, retesting the breakout area. Then when we have something like the RTY and YM, those are obviously slightly weaker right now. YM has just been in a beefy consolidation for a while. What up, Victoria? Got gold puts. Beautiful. I'm so glad I got out of my gold calls. What was that, yesterday? $400. Hell yeah, Tati. I shorted, we got wicked on first try. Yeah. It's that kind of market where you'll get stopped. Fast two more evals. Beautiful, Joe. Fucking love it. Connor, that's beautiful. I mean, I don't know where you live, but that's beautiful starting. Light low six figures. There is something that I want to show because we've been talking about it for a while. And I'm going to show it just to see if we can get chat to do it. Obviously, there's not a lot of people on yet. There's 73 viewers. However, we've wanted 31K subscribers. We are 59 away. I think we can do it tonight. I would love to be the stream that does it. We've been trying to get it for a couple days now. We're barely even 50 away. I think it's possible. So throughout the night, I'm going to be talking about subscribing because I'm trying to get there. I'll go make 59 emails. Do it. Get us there. All right. What do we want from the market? Victoria, it sounds nice. I've never been there though. The only time I've been outside of like the country was when I went to Jamaica 2 years ago. I want gold to go lower. And then someone said, what are my thoughts on oil? Oil exploded overnight. It's hard to be bearish on this. We do have 1015, which is a huge resistance. This is obviously we got over the area we were watching, 97s. We talked about it. If we got above it, next area is that highlighted bar, 1015. We hit it. If anyone long oil last night, beautiful. Now, though, we got to see how we react to it. Are we just going to reject back down and sit within this range now? So we go from ranging here to pivoting up to ranging here. The thing is, the daily looks immaculate. Failed the overall like head and shoulders, lower high type aspect. Got the breakout up. Daily and weekly are both higher. Now we just got to watch the rest of the week to see if we can hold last week's highs. So what I'm going to do is actually mark this so I can keep an eye on oil with it. Because if we ever get back below that point, we know we have a weekly failure to go higher, and that can gain some interest to the downside. Until we get below that, though, I have no interest in shorting oil. I would rather look to trade the markets. Gold, I don't even want to touch. If you want to short gold, short it. Someone just say it's in Florida. Yeah, shit. Well, it didn't sound like it was in Florida. I've been to Florida 3 times, I think, maybe 4. Mainly around Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and then St. Pete. Yeah, I don't really want to touch gold. That daily chart's hard. I'm not long in it at all. And it's hard to short because obviously we saw a really aggressive move already. I would like more of a consolidation. If it breaks, gold's likely cooked. If it continues selling, that chart is in trouble. What was a super fast flight to Costa Rica? He's not on. Lamelli's not on stream, or does he already post on his Instagram? Cup or Joe, I actually love that. I love having multiple. Right now, my main goal. I mean, you guys have seen me trading evals. I want to get 5 with Lucid and 5 with Tradeify. William, you saying in the room's too bright? I mean, sun's still shining. I'm looking at the camera. It doesn't look bad on it. So we should be chilling. Yeah, I want to get 5 with each. Not, I mean, maybe copy trade like at most 3 together. But what it does is it just lets you rotate. Yeah, William, that's the beautiful part of summer, dude. It's 75 degrees outside today. I was out there doing yard work in the sun. It wasn't snowing, wasn't raining. We didn't have a tornado. Vibes are high. The market, though, vibes aren't that high. Yeah, what I'm more concerned about with the indices is the 4-hour possibly setting a lower high here. If that starts to set a lower high, we can see this end up trending lower towards today's lows. Could be a really interesting trade, especially with the hourly like this. We weren't able to get back above this wick. We're kind of just rejecting this 71.75 area. If we do hold below that, keep rejecting it, I like the potential for shorts. The prior hourly close was a little bit stronger though. So I do lean slightly bullish, but if we lose the opens, my bias completely flips into shorts. NQ is the exact same as ES, except slightly stronger. It's on the left there. Hourly chart, you can see slightly stronger hourly close compared to the other 3 indices. It's a stronger chart. It's closer to that wick high. However, structurally, it's not much different than ES. They both came down, retested prior breakouts on like the 4-hour and hourly. Now we're just seeing how we react to that. Do you have to remember though, consolidation makes sense. Doesn't mean we can't trade the consolidation. No. But the market's likely going to wait till tomorrow. We got FOMC and we got a massive tech earnings. Speaking of which, I believe Jake might be streaming FOMC tomorrow. I think he might be running the afternoon stream. Let's make a little poll. How do you guys feel about the market? Just enter shorts, NQ. Nice. I mean, if it breaks, if it holds below this like 225 area, back towards the open, I like it. I would rather wait till below the open, personally. Just because I think we can still hold. I lean slightly up, but if we lose the open, I start to lean down. Especially with oil below the open. We haven't seen oil below the open this entire week while trading. That thing's been strong. It's finally starting to push below. I did put a poll up, just see what you guys are feeling about the market. Right now, we're pretty close on bullish bearish, which is fully anticipated, right? We have FOMC. What about GC? I'm really not interested in gold. This chart is ugly. Yeah. Bearish. Yeah. I'm just not interested in shorting after this. I'd rather see more of a consolidation or a possible pullback. So that just makes me wait. Do I think we can easily go test today's lows if it wants to? Yeah. But it's not something that I'm like dying to trade right now. Holding below the 620 area, which we talked about last night, keeps me leaning more bearish than bullish on that. Yeah, I don't hate gold shorts. I'm just not personally looking to enter. It can easily work out. What's the dollar look like? See, that's what's weird to me is even the dollar is still weaker. And it's not normal if the indices are going to remain weak. Because the dollar's weak. VIX closed red on the day. Very like at new lows of recent. Looks like it wants to go test at least 17.5, which should push the market higher. I would also be shocked if VIX didn't rise into tomorrow. Trying to see what exactly I want for an entry. Easiest one would just be over 76. Look for the break there, maybe a run up to 85s. Yeah, 85 and then 200 if we get there. That 2-hour or that 2-minute chart looks rough. I really don't like when ES looks like this, where it's more of that barcode and you're seeing gaps on every single 2-minute candle. It means the volume's really low. Yeah, Connor, it's just expectations. I mean, even right now with gold, it's just I would rather wait, find something that looks a lot better than like to actually enter the trade. Because for me as well, gold is below the open, so never mind. I thought it was above. Yeah, gold's weak. I could see the short. You got to remember too, I don't trade gold that much. When I trade gold, I get clapped most of the time. So I try to avoid gold unless the chart just looks phenomenal. So we have oil fighting the open, all of the indices sitting just above. YM and RTY are at the open. Few things to note, but how we react to the 75 area is really important at ES. Might be a game of patience today, which I anticipate. I'm sure most of you anticipate. What up, Rye? For ES, possible short on the 30-minute and 1 hour. I don't look at the 30-minute often. Could be like would you guys consider that like a double top? I'm not a double top kind of trader. I just consider it more of like a range because it's above there, but it's still within the wick. So I could see that. Hourly technically is a higher high by my perspective off of this, but the 4 hour is still weaker no matter what. That's why I want us above 75 or 76. 76 puts us above the prior 4 hour high. It gives us a strong 4 hour potential close to give us that continuation. Anything below 75 keeps it a little bit weaker. Yeah, I saw Hood got smoked. What up, Joe? When I go break even on my trades, it depends on structure, fully on structure. And I'm still watching this chart for possible long entry. It'd be an earlier entry. I like the setup though. You can throw a 5 point stop below the open and you have a decent amount of room for that stop. I should probably open my brokers, huh? That would be a good step one because if I find a trade, I'm going to be screwed. Because if you took it even to 83, it'd be like 8 points, which isn't crazy, but it's not bad. 15's trying to fill to go lower. I'm going to wait 42 seconds for that 15. I'm stalking for an entry because I'm going to take the long on ES. And the plan there would be a 5 point stop. It's going to be that's a wide stop in this current condition because that's at low of session. Actually, no, that's below low of session. The open's low. All right, I'm going to take a small stab. 5 point stop. It just technically over. It's 70. So I'm going to stop at 70. I'm only in one of my accounts right now. I'm going to wait for more conviction if I want to add into anything else. This is what I'd be looking for. Going for the 85 to start. Nothing crazy. 1.6 R. It's going to go without you. If a trade goes without me, it goes without me. That's the biggest thing for me. What firms allows you to put a manual daily loss limit on TradeAvate? All of them, Dylan. Anytime you're on TradeAvate, you can put a manual daily loss limit. You just go to the top right. I believe it's 3 dots. I'll pull up TradeAvate. I'm on Trade C right now. Where's it at? OG, I got in on one of my accounts. Yeah, all you do is you go up on TradeAvate, you hit the little lines on the very top right where it says application settings, then just go to your risk settings and set it. But I'm going to close that broker because I don't want to trade that today, or at least not this session. Vulture, you're obsessed with wheat, my guy. I love it though. I just don't think it's something I'm ever going to be interested in trading. If it works though, rock with it. Yeah, Eldred, are you talking about on prop firm accounts for the orders? Because you got to remember, technically on paper accounts, so you're not always going to get the greatest orders. Most of the time, though, for me, if I'm doing a market order or a limit order on a futures trade, it doesn't matter where it fills me, unless it's some NQ volatility, right? And you get in when a candle, where's like a really harsh candle, where something like this is happening, or something like this wick here, you're going to get a massive amount of slippage. But if the trade's worth it, if it's a solid setup, 2 ticks isn't going to kill me on ES. I wanted to fill at like 50.5. It filled me at 50.75 or 75.75. It is what it is. 1 tick's not going to make or break this trade. What up, Armani? How we doing? Good, Dev. How you been? Sorry, I'm catching up on chat. Bro, Austin, that's why I just won't trade silver. It's so volatile. There's no way you get the cleanest fills ever. What up, Mindcore? For those of you that may be new here, I'm going to show it again. We're trying to get to 31,000 subscribers. We're 57 away. So if you're not subscribed, just hit the little subscribe button. You can even mute the channel if you want. Just help us get up there. We'd appreciate it. Shows love, shows support. And while you're at it, like the stream. What up, Com? Blew an eval today. Yeah, Dev. Today was one of those days where I could see it being really easy to blow an eval. You just got to remember it's an eval. It's not the end of the world. Yeah, it is $100, but as long as you're not yeeting funded accounts, you should be all right. You'll recover. There's going to be better times to trade. Reason for longing ES, well, structure. On the lower time frames, especially. Rally off the open, little consolidation, still holding above the open. Do I think we can come retest the open? Possibly. If we do, that's why my stop's below. Normally, I would throw a stop like this. But right now, because I'm perfectly fine with a 5-point stop, I'm going to run that and leave it like that. If we break over high of day, I'll move the stop up to the open, tighten it up quicker. Like I always do, I run wider stops in the very beginning. As the trade works, I will tighten it up to where I actually want it to be. And it's key, at least for me in Asia session, to do that. You got to remember right now, though, we are in low volatility or low volume. Sorry. When you look at these candles on the 2-minute, we're getting little gaps. Do I expect just a 15-point nuke candle like we got Sunday? No, not really. If we get it, awesome. What up, Omar? Yeah, I'm in. Yeah, Dev, you don't have to force trades. If you need to take time off, even if it's just one session, take some time off. Nothing wrong with that. But if you're mentally dialed in, let it ride. Does Lucid have a monthly fee? No, Joe. Lucid is a one-time fee. And code RT will give you the biggest discount there. I only trade silver. My account is almost liquidated. I love that. Absolute degen. The only manual lock I do on prop firms personally, and this is a huge piece of advice for it, would be on evals when I need consistency or funded accounts when I need consistency. And then that's basically it, like consistency rules. I don't really use it for like loss limits because normally I have my losses under control, at least on funded accounts. And if an eval hits the daily loss limit, is what it is for me. A good example would be, let's see, can I go? Yeah. So like right now I have a Lucid account that is halfway to passing. because it's 50% consistency. And my daily kick out for liquidation is $1,520. So if in one day I hit that, it'll automatically liquidate that account. So I don't have to stress over getting out of the trade. Dylan, I prefer the flex. One, because I don't mind consistency on an eval. And two, the last thing I want to do is be capped on my funded account. And the pro does have that consistency with, I think it's like 40%, which is a very high consistency. There's nothing wrong with it. It's great. I've used the pro, but I like the flex because if I find a really, really nice setup, and let's say it's during Asia session and I want to take decent size on it, I don't want to have to get out just because I hit consistency. I hate when a trade's going to limit me based on like the rules. And the flex is a really good one for that because you can make $3,000 on a 50K, which rarely happens. So I'm not sizing up that aggressive. And then you can just log the other days and then get the payout. Where the other one, you have to hit that consistency rule. That doesn't mean go yeet a funded account and hope to make 5 bands. What up, Bugs? But no, the flex and the pro, both great. It's just where you want your consistency. Do you copy trade? I do. I'll copy trade like 2 or 3 accounts together. When I get to the point where I have 5 fundeds on Lucid and or Tradeovate, I'm going to plan on linking like three and 2 together on each firm. So I'll be trading a lot of 3 and then a lot of 2. I don't copy trade across prop firms though. So I don't use anything like TradeSync or none of that. I don't want to trade that many accounts together. I don't want an opportunity to trade 10 accounts. I don't want the opportunity to blow 10 accounts. So for me, I'm just looking to get base hits to start, build the buffer a little bit, and then if I can, let some trades run. Asia session trade is very different than New York. Just slower, MES. Just slower. Especially when we have a massive market event tomorrow. You're going to see the Asia session be very slow. There's going to be times where, what was it, Monday? I think I didn't delete it yet. Yeah, where you get moves like this. Really nice trending moves, pretty easy to catch. And then you're going to get days where you just get this, where it's just consolidating. Usually during the actual Asia session is when you get the cleaner continuation. Sometimes it does happen during this early session. Hell yeah, Vish. Appreciate the support. Best advice for trailing drawdown. Size to the point where you don't care about the trailing drawdown. And that's the main piece of advice I can give. If you size up to where, because I've had trades in the past where I've blown accounts, I've blown funded accounts on Apex when I used to use their trailing drawdown, and the account was green like $500. But what that means is I was also close to passing and then pulled it right back down. Nice, your power's back. It is. I got it back at 10:30, somewhere around there, 10:30, which sucked because I had a small, like very small overnight position, and I had to manage it through my phone while sitting on my couch because I didn't, and my phone was almost dead. I know I'm probably missing questions. I'm just reading through it. If I do, ask it again. You're good. I manually lock regularly because I have 0 self-control. Yeah, I personally don't use the manual lockouts. If you need to, use it. That's what it's there for. Sam, I don't use, like I said, I don't use a certain tool to copy trade. I just use the independent ones within the brokers. I won't copy trade across prop firms. I don't have a need for it. MES, I actually trade slightly larger size in Asia. I have no issues using, let's say, 15, 20 micros on MES at times, where on New York session, you're rarely going to catch me using 2 minis. I'm typically using 10 micros. Or if VIX is up at, let's say, 25 to 30, I'm using 5 micros. I know, unless someone deleted it, I missed the question about my chart setup. Oh, there it is. Mackenzie. Perfect. I did skip right over that. This chart is one that I usually have on my other monitor intraday. In the middle of the session, the main thing I do is I keep it on the 15-minute, and I'm looking for divergences between the indices. Today's a really, really good example. Right at the open, what happened? We saw ES push a little higher, NQ push a little higher, while even YM pushed slightly higher. But then YM and RTY sold off aggressively. That started to pull back ES and NQ. So there's a little bit of divergence there as we come into these lows, while these are hitting fresh lows. So you can see these are relatively weaker. So I'm just comparing them, watching for relative strength and weakness. When I'm actively trading outside of this session, I'm using this chart, which I show you guys if I'm watching oil or gold. It's what I look at oil and gold on. Why do I do this? Because I have the 2 or the 5-minute here, 15 here, hourly here, and 4-hour here. And it just gives me a brief look at all the time frames. And this is exactly how I trade. I trade on this with this chart on the other screen. If I'm trading options, I have usually like the 5 or 15 in the hourly, and that's it. And I just let it do its thing. Amen. 71.85 on ESY. Well, if you zoom back a little bit, even on this 15-minute chart, you can see how well we kind of respected this area. Front running this little breakdown target here at 86.75, 87s. So we're going to go right there. I don't hate if you want to target this wick. Target where you want to target. Do you, boo-boo. But for me, I'm going to target up here at 85. First off, makes sense from risk to reward. It's 1.6 crazy. No. Dream world target for this trade would be a continuation up to 200. Is he going to get there? I don't fucking know. We'll see. For now, though, keeping it more reserved, going for 85, in which we also need to watch this 15. If the 15 spikes above and starts to push back lower, we may get something like last night where it starts to fade that. For now, though, it looks fine. Gold, nothing to say there. And then oil is a little bit weaker, which I love seeing oil weak. Another reason I lean more bullish than bearish. The dollar, relatively weak on the day. If you've been on, you know the correlate or the negative correlation between the dollar and the indices. Y'all know what I'm looking at here with it closing a little weaker on the day. Same with VIX. VIX closed very, very, very weak on the day. So I can see the indices kind of gapping up overnight a little bit. And then we see how we react in the AM session, whether we're going to pull back or we're going to end up trying to push before FOMC. A lot of options going into tomorrow. No, Omar, I did not. I think at least for the shorter term, the upside looks good. Yeah. Is my stream buffering at all? Because I just saw a little buffer thing. No? Okay. So that was just on my end. All right, bet. If it does, let me know. I'm on a different Wi-Fi. If I need to, I'll switch over to the other one. The stream will just buffer for like 30 seconds while I do it. But as long as it's rocking, we're good. Yeah, on my end, it keeps buffering. As long as it's good on your guys' end, we're chilling. Oh, wait, jinxed it. Okay, so it is buffering a little bit. If it happens again, I'll just switch the other Wi-Fi. You guys will lose me for 30 seconds, maybe. Think it might be some sort of Asian holiday. Is there anyone here that can confirm or deny that? Well, also, we're not even at the Asia Open yet. Yeah, I mean, yes, that's how I want to do it, especially while we're still, because typically streams are peaking at like 200 to 300 viewers right now, which is phenomenal for this session. While I can answer every question, I'm going to do it. At some point, hopefully we get up to like 500 viewers, which would be insane. Then you guys might have to start asking questions more than once. What up, Lamelli? Did you land? Yeah, if it buffers a lot, guys, just let me know. If not, I'm going to keep riding with it. I'm not stressed about it. It's just if I need to switch, I will. Japan market closed today, bank holiday. Well, shit. So I mean, we're gonna get this type of volume the entire overnight. That sucks if it does. Trade Mop goes no holiday work as usual, then everybody else holiday. Currently my layover in LA. Brother, it take you that long to get to LA? Goddamn. UAMY. Vulture, is that a stock? About to buy Wi-Fi and hop back on stream. Hey, I'll send you the link. You can pull up. If you want to eat something, if you got traders talking, let me know. And Lamelli, if you ever want to hop on and just vibe, just chill, feel free, brother. Feel free. No, trade. Don't say sorry, brother. You're good. You are fine. I didn't know there's bank holiday. So how am I supposed to expect you to know there's bank holiday? Took longs NQ 222, tailed up, stop loss 33. Wait, took long NQ at 222 and your stop loss is above it? Yeah, it's what we're all planning on doing at some point. Like if we want to hop on each other's streams, we're open to it. It's all just vibing. Especially during my session for the most part, because once you find an entry, it's just sit and yap. It's just sit and talk to the chat, talk to whoever's on your stream, and just vibe. Because there's a chance this trade we're in it until 9 p.m., maybe even 9:30, and it may not even get the whole 9 points. What up, Diego? Are your stops at break even yet? Brother, we are up 1.5 points. I'm not moving my stop. What up, Jake? My stop is not getting moved being up 1.5 points. If we break this high, build some structure up here, yeah. For now, you always got to remember, I've accepted this. If it goes up here and then does what it did during DGen hours and just goes straight down, it is what it is. But no, I'm not moving it. Well, no, right? That just means I would make 4 times because I wouldn't. If I get more contracts, I'm still trading the same, unless I'm on a fun, like eval where I have to pass. But there ain't no way 4 minis is a lot. I mean, yesterday when I did DGen hours, you guys would be shocked at how hard the stop loss got skipped. Jay, that's just gonna be the first target. Is that 85 area? I don't love like this isn't a trade where I'm like, hell yeah, 1.6 R. It's an insane trade. No. If it hits, cool. Amazing. Made some money. I'll take it. I want 200. Which if we get up to 200, this trade starts to look a lot more worth it, right? You want a 5-point stop up to 200s, you're looking at 4R. That's what I want. This is going to be like a first trim type aspect. And it's also just because I have lower expectations at the moment. And I'm kind of waiting. My expectations will grow as the market proves me otherwise. So I'm a fan of dark mode, yes. I'm through and through. I think people who use light mode are psychopaths. And that's just how it needs to be. Especially because I'd trade the Asia session. I already blinded you guys like yesterday or 2 days ago with the white screen. Last thing I want to do is be trading this at 10:30 because the stream's been running long. And then I'm just blinded all day. Let's not get specific. Jake is different though. You trade New York. That's fine. You could use light or dark mode. But if I use light mode at 10 o'clock at night, I'm blind. I will say I use dark mode on everything. Every single thing I do is dark mode. Can I still get in on this? It's up to you, Bugs. Remember, I won't tell you when, where, how to execute. If you want to get in, do you. The structure hasn't changed at all. If anything, it's built conviction. We are sitting at high of session. If it rejects off that, could be a bad entry. If we get a little tiny consolidation here and breaks, could be a good entry. Only time will tell. I need light mode at 5:30. Yeah, Lamelli. I mean, if you're up at 5:30, you need some type of hope for sunlight. When do I move stops? Typically when structure tells me to. I'm not one where if this goes up to here, I'm immediately just going to start moving my stop because this isn't my final target, the risk to reward. Like the dynamic R wouldn't flip against me because I still want to see 200 test if it's going to get continuation. What do you like on NQ? Same thing as a yes. It's the exact same structure. Rally off the open, consolidation, strong enough to not even pull back to the open. Little break there. Look at the 15 minutes, exactly what we wanted. We wanted that candle to trigger, get the continuation, exact same. Typically, when I'm trading these, you're going to have the same or similar setups on ES versus NQ. Trade where you want to trade. Usually RTY and YM, that'll be divergent. And if they look the same, do it. Most of the time, NQ is stronger anyway. NQ made new session highs. ES didn't. Cultivating, beautiful. Glad you got some. Most sessions respect OP. This is the Asia session OP, and that's how I use it. It's technically Globex OP. Asia session OP will be in 21 minutes. I use this opening print is the Globex, and then for New York, I switch it to the 9:30 open. Yeah, it's market typically respects it. What I see the open as an intra-session level, but it's not as important as like a broader structural pivot. It just tells you if the candle is red or green on that session, and that's it. We are 53 subscribers away from 31,000. I know there's at least 10 of you in here that aren't subscribed. At least. I'm not even asking you to like the stream. I'm just asking you to straight subscribe. I want to get to 31,000. Whether it's my stream, Alan's stream, I want to get there before Jake streams tomorrow. Rye. One thing because it's one of the most overanalyzed things. Because you said opening print is the bottom or top of the candle. Well, it depends. Is the candle red or green? All it is just where market opens. Don't overthink it. It's easy. Oh yeah, Big Austin. Down 1,500 on email. You tailed Jake's DGen hours and made 1,000. Do it, Cowboy. At least get us to 50. We need 3 more for that. 2 more for that. If I knew how to cut from that scene, I would just leave a little counter like up here. What are you guys in though? I know some of y'all are probably short in something. Some of y'all are probably long in something. Gold's still going lower. Yeah, that thing's dead. Gold's cooked. Oil's not moving much, but it's still a slightly weaker chart. One thing I will probably do if we start to get above this high and hold above it, I'll move the stop to the opening print. Just because at that point, if we lose the open, we're going to lose this anyway. Man, I missed the action. Arc rate is ruining my life. Robert, that's a personal choice, my guy. I can't help you there. If you're playing Arc Raiders and you missed the giveaways, you missed the trades, that's a you thing. Sean, I use the level system on options. That's where all these levels are from. So on options, I do for intraday on New York. Futures, I do it a little differently. Just the way I like to trade it. But no, Jake's levels work flawlessly on futures. Every time. He used Sunday in the Asia session. I'm always bullish. I haven't changed a bit. Diego, it's hard not to be. with the market structure, yeah, we pulled back aggressively today. People are going to see this daily pullback today and think the world's going to end. And then you zoom out a little bit and realize today's candle didn't do a single thing. The only one that made like a substantial move, I could say, would be RTY, and it didn't even break the daily range. So until this chart gives me full conviction to not long, I'm still going to be leaning bullish. And there's going to be days like yesterday where I'm wrong because the market goes lower. But then there's going to be days where we're right because the market goes higher. What up, Christian? Past two TPT accounts. Tried to pass one more, but it's in dire straits. At least you got two passed. Right. Are you now the question, are you going to focus on just those fundeds now, or are you going to keep trading evals? Because I know you're still working for your payout. Robert, you're close. I don't think that's exactly how you say it, because you said you can bring the horse to water, but you can't drop the soap. I think you have a slight typo there, but I understand. OG, I know you asked the same question in Christian stream, and I'm just going to say it for everybody. The amount of contracts I'm in, Christian's in, Alan's in, or Jake's in does not matter at all. Not once, not ever. The P&L on the trade doesn't matter. It's about the trade and it's about the chart. So there's times I'll say, oh, this is on an eval, this is on a funded. I don't even need to say that. I can say how much I made, how many contracts I am occasionally. I just don't want it to be something that's an expectation, because it's not really needed at all. Today I was looking for long on midstream. I let go of the biggest sale I've seen. It got me thinking pretty hard. Futures, that's the way to do it. There was one point when all I would do is watch P&L, and I turned off P&L on everything. Because you can make it so that way if you put your TradeEvade account in privacy mode, it won't even show you your account balance. And that's fun to trade because you have no clue what you're up, no clue what you're down. As long as you do the math to understand your risk, you're fine. But it makes you solely just focus on this. You're not staring at a P&L saying, oh, I'm $200 away from a payout. You're just simply trading. And that's how it should be. That's also why I don't want to show contract orders. First off, I don't like trading on TradingView, but I don't need someone, like, the biggest thing there is my sizing shouldn't dictate yours. And I know it's going to people. Maybe not on my stream, but I guarantee you it can on, let's say, Jake's or Alan's. You should play your risk based on the assumptions of my size. True. True. What up, Assam? Risk it all then? All right, Jake. I'll just full port every eval I got. Every funded. Everything's just going to the moon. Yeah, Tiffany, I like doing it occasionally. That or just sizing down and just focusing on trading. I love using lower size because then I do not care what happens and I'll just execute on the chart. Because you really don't care. Let's say if you're in 2 micros and we get a bit of a pullback or you go to trim a contract, you're not going to freak out because you're going to lose $50 on an account. Lamella, you're going to hit something because Jake has to wait 3 weeks to get his treadmill. What you texted me the end of last night. What did you text me at the end of last night? Oh, yeah, chat. I got some okay news for some, and for others, it's going to be detrimental. So we tried 2 songs yesterday. Higher by Creed, we can play. Yankee Doodle got us copyrighted. So it's gone forever. I'm sorry. I hate to do it to you, but Yankee Doodle has gone into retirement after 60 seconds of playing it. Can't be brought up again, ever. Yep. One and done. Already in retirement. It's depressing. There's probably people in here that are so excited. Insanely excited. Let me see some. How many likes we got? 81 likes. Let's see. Let's get us up to 100. We got like 200 people in here. Get us up to 100 likes. We're close. 19 more. If you enjoy Project 365, show a little love. Help us reach a bigger audience. Like the stream. Yeah, you do a little bitch. Right, Victoria? He could honestly walk there and he'll get the treadmill before they deliver it. Yeah, Jake, I don't know if you saw, but I've been watching this. We're close. We're 52 away. I think we can get 52 subscribers tonight, whether it just be my stream or it be mine and Alan's. I think we can do it. Should have been retired 27 or 72 years ago. J. We don't need that type of negativity in here. Good. I hope I never read that ish again. Fair. I told you, there's probably people who are ecstatic it's gone forever. TP 131. Oh, yeah, dude, I would love 31K. Because to be honest, we weren't even supposed to do like any giveaways this week until we got 31K. And Jake's already given away like 15 accounts. Market seems to be moving despite bank holiday in Japan. Mr. West Village. Asia doesn't even open until 11 more minutes. So that hasn't even started yet. We can see how it reacts after that. I would hope we just continue the slow grind up. I'd be content with that. What I don't want to see is us start to fail this high and just slam back lower. It wouldn't be ideal. I do like that oil's weaker right now. Gives some good conviction. Dollar's still a little bit weaker. I'd love to see that break down. Because then we can really go to 200. Jake was suited last night in a good mood. Jake was. Jake is once again zooted. Oh, all right. Well, you guys do your thing. There's no other channel like this. Appreciate you, Robert. That's why we do it. I mean, you could tell if we didn't love doing this. In the past 2 days, I wouldn't have streamed 7 hours. Jake wouldn't have streamed like 13. We love this shit. And we appreciate all the support we get. All right, we're sub 50 away from 31K now. Appreciate you guys. All right, I subbed on all my accounts. Hell yeah, Joe. That was probably just you right there. What's more fun than this, dude? I don't know. My entire week so far has been streams. In between streams, I'm like, what do I do now? And then someone else starts a stream, I'm on the stream. The entire week. When Jake streamed until Christian streamed, I was watching streams for like 16 hours that day. That's not healthy. Jake, you hit 5 hours today? I didn't know it was that long. Damn. Jake, one reminder to check with Alan because I know you gave him a code yesterday and I believe he gave away an Apex account. Only reason I'm saying just check with him to make sure if that code's still valid or not, so it's not just floating out there. My wife says I'm on the streams too long. Cowboy, it's when you just have her watch with you. Oh, 5 hours, not 5 accounts. Well, yeah, you gave away like 5 yesterday, 2 last night, 3 today, plus the ones on the other streams. Okay, bet. Yeah, I was just making sure. The Melly literally streamed from the airport. You know how many people are willing to sit in the airport lounge and just jump on a YouTube stream to trade? Not many. Yeah, Cowboy, here's the trick. You just got to get your wife into trading, and then you guys can watch the streams together. And then while she's learning, she can't be mad. What up, Efren? How you doing? Yeah, Jake, I also told Lamelli because I don't think he knew. If he's ever just chilling in the afternoon and I'm just vibing and he wants to hop on, he's more than welcome. All right. So far, we're getting a nice little consolidation above prior high a day. If we can hold above that and get the push up towards 80, I'll probably move the stop up to the open. Who might not lock in? Valid, brother. Absolutely valid. You guys are always live? Yeah, Fabio, pretty much. There's going to be days where we're live. Actually, I don't know if there's ever going to be a day where we're only live 10 hours. Because we all just stream way too long. Fortunately, the Melly really can't because the market just shuts down for him. He can't keep going. But no, with most of the streams, yeah, we're live every single day. There's gonna be days like Tuesday where between 8 in the morning? No, not Tuesday, Monday. 8 in the morning till 10:30 at night, there was 1 hour that we weren't live, which is insane. And that's because the market was closed. What up, IAG? Loki said when the market closes, you can run that extra hour. That's on if I stream past 10. Yeah, you guys are a bad influence. Even yesterday, I was like, I'm getting off at 9. Traded till, 10? We all are. That's the thing. You guys are just addicted as us. We say we stream a lot. You guys watch every stream. The names that usually type, I see on every single chat. DJ Hours did take me out. I'll agree. Yeah, DJ Hours was working though until it disrespectfully just dumped. Just randomly pull in members. Maybe in the future. I'm not bringing random people from chat onto a stream. That could end very bad. I'm here every waking hour. Love it, Uni. Love it. I wish there was a way to see how many hours each of you have watched. Because I think that would be a really interesting stat. No, Fabio. So I'm going to take it that you're new. This is Project 365. We have the Avengers. I'm just going to go I'll go from my session forward. It's me, usually 7 p.m. till whenever. It's supposed to be like 7 to 9. I haven't closed before 9 this entire week. I've gone till at least 10. Then at 1 a.m. Eastern, we have Mr. Allen, who is 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. In the morning, we have Jake and Mitch. Anywhere from, just check the YouTube for that. Sometimes it'll be 6 in the morning for Mitch. Others, it'll be like 8:30 with Jake. Jake will stream till 11. Sometimes he'll stream till 2 when Christian streams. And then Christian streams 2 to 4. So there's 5 of us. The main idea is like 2 hours a day each. But We love it. We'll stream a lot longer. And then on Sundays, lately, Jake has been hopping in at the open to kind of warm it up a little bit. And then I jump in right after. And we ran streams on Saturdays. So every single day of the week, we've been streaming. At least one of us. My name is Bugs and I have a problem. Bugs, I don't think it's a problem if we all have the same problem. That issue is community. Appreciate you, SO. Hands down, I have the most hours in the past week. Every single stream. See, but Joe, that's where you lose it. You said every stream except London. There's people who are diehards and they're on London as well. I'll say it. Now, I don't think people, I'd be shocked if people are watching all of London and catching the immediate start of the next stream. If it is, you get as much sleep as I do. Congrats. But I know there's at least probably 5 of you that do that. Joe, I sleep. It's just not as much as I should. I sleep Friday night and Saturday. That's it. I mean, that's like the main where I'll sleep a lot. I'm usually always up for at least the first half of Allen streams. That means like 2 a.m. So on a good day during the week, I'm getting like 6 hours. People are sleeping on Mitch's stream. And Victoria, the unfortunate part is I am quite literally sleeping on Mitch's stream because I am up for half to all of Allen's. I got to get at least some hours. Allen is a beast. I want to catch Mitch's just because, and I've rewatched some of Mitch's, you know, still show the sport, show the love. Plus, Gamma's interesting. Do I know anything about it? No. Sounds like someone trying to explain ICT to me. Don't know. Do you do this full time? Yeah. Joe, trading is my full time. And then this is something as well. Yeah, this is quite literally my job. Trading and then looking pretty for you guys at 7 p.m. I love it. I've been full time for 3 years now. And I've been streaming for like 4 months. The greatest thing is they're all recorded. If you guys ever miss a stream, ever want to watch something, rewatch something, everything is still on the channel. What does everyone else do? Well, I'll let them more so explain it, but like a brief TLDR, we all know what Jake does. Jake does everything. Mitch has a job, probably doesn't need the job because he's an insane trader, but he still trades. Christian, I believe, is full time. I'm full time, and then Alan has a bunch of businesses as well as full time trading. It starts 4 a.m. my time. Yeah, that's the hard part. Is it's early because Mitch is usually like 6 a.m. my time, and if I'm going to bed at 3, the math just doesn't math for me. My account may be salvage after all. Hell yeah, Rye. Love it. Dude, there's no better feeling, and I truly mean this, and it sounds crazy, than having a prop firm account that's almost blown and somehow getting it back into profits or passing the eval. Like you're $200-$300 away from blowing it, and it's just the recovery of the century. Asia Open cooking so far. We'll see if it keeps cooking. See if we can get over 80. I'm gonna move stops to the open at 72.50. So those are going 72.50. Stop is going to be reduced quite a bit to about 3 points. Joe, you're learning, brother. There's nothing wrong with that. When I started, I didn't know shit about trading. I still feel like I don't know anything about trading. As you learn, you'll know what you want to look for, and you'll find it. And that's the crazy thing is a lot of people think I'll hold the water. A lot of people look at trading and think, oh, if I want to be a full-time trader, I have to be a day trader. You can swing trade. You can take a self-funded option or futures account and swing trade it. You can swing trade options. You can trade shares. As long as you make enough to actually support yourself, then you can be a full-time trader. Appreciate you, Lamelli. Great trade. Just passed my Lucid Flex. Hell yeah. One of the accounts I'm in is trying to pass a Lucid Flex, but I need a lot more of a move for that. I did not size enough. Either way, we're closer to it. Yeah, Joe, the thing is too, even with full-time trading, I always recommend people have some other type of income because you're going to have red weeks. You're possibly going to have red months. I've had red months. It sucks, but it is what it is. I always like having some type of supplemental income on the side where maybe you can at least cover your bills because then you don't have to stress over anything. Gold going crazy to start getting bought up. Oil selling off just like we wanted. Beautiful. Oh, shit. Yeah. Yeah, she do be running. The thing is, you look at this chart, like just this. Oh my God, gold's going insane. All right, well, it's barely over the end of day session. All right, not a bad move. You look at the hourly chart, and there's just a little blip. It isn't even budged. Gold can go up to 650, and the chart wouldn't change structure at all on, let's say, the 4 hour. Not even a little bit. It can go up to 700, and it wouldn't change structure. So gold does have a lot of room. Joe, love it. Become an ICT Discord seller. That's a good side hustle. Seen a lot of people do it. Are you still in the trade? Eldred, are you looking at the stream? I still got a little bit more to go. So I'm still in it. Even when this hits, I'll still be in it. This is just where I'm targeting. Hell yeah, Rye. Love it. Y'all are crushing it. That's the goal, Armani. Is it not to pull back? KJM full port every time, no matter what. Liquidation or paid vacation is the only way to do it. Let's go, trade. Y'all got to remember, too, I'm just showing my trade. Y'all are executing. Y'all are the ones making yourself money. Main reason I say that, too, because if I lose a trade, I don't need someone saying, oh, my God, you just lost me $2,000. No, bitch, you push the buttons, not me. You. But no, y'all are doing good. Love seeing it. You are giving us financial advice. No. Right. I think I came up with that like 2 or 3 years ago. And it's one of my favorite sayings. Yeah, Lamelli, they just got to remember through the good and the bad. That's the thing. If you take credit for their wins, you got to take credit for their losses. You ain't catching me on that bullshit. You know, bangers take L's like a man. Hell yeah. Yeah, this is why we go through things like yesterday, so we can catch good trades. By the way, if you haven't already, I don't know how many likes we're at. What are we at? 100 likes exactly. If you made something, or if you just enjoy the stream, like the stream, support us, help us get a little more reach. Hit the little thumbs up button below my picture here, and we appreciate you. Hell yeah, JT. If I saw your Discord name, I would 100% remember. Yeah, no one used to be into Asia session trading. I actually saw someone recently say that Asia session's dead now because it's not moving extreme. I'm also going to take a little bit off on this wick. Is it crazy risk reward? No, I'm taking a trim. I'm going to take that and I'm leaving runners. The stop is here though, so I'm going to leave it there. I don't feel like moving it to break even yet. You can if you want. You do you, boo boo. And then I'm going to go 98.5. Can I go 200? Yeah. Is this probably going to hit trim? Yeah. I don't care. Just JT? Okay. KJ. All right, KJ. Whatever gets you to hit it. Now let's see if we can get up here. Because that would then be a really nice trade. This isn't the risk reward. Y'all know it. This is the stop. I just moved it. NASDAQ shorts incoming. I mean, we need liquidity. So feel free. We got to get orders filled so we can keep going higher. Just make sure you short at the highest price possible for us to help us out. Hell yeah, trade. Nice trade, brother. Who said that? Ban them right now. That, I mean, hey, if people want to fade it, they can fade it. We need liquidity. It's how the market works. Someone's got to lose for someone to win. Nope, Jacob, just the Globex open. Because at that point, too, there's too many opens to focus on. I would mark this open. I'd mark that open. Then I got to find the next market open, mark that one. Then I got to mark the London open. Then I got to mark the early New York open. Then I got to do the New York regular open. That's too much. I'm going to do one per session and leave it at that. Still went on 27,300. Let her rip. Oops, followed that trade, but on NQ. Beautiful. Like I said, if you want to trade NQ, trade NQ. Let her ride. In this trade, you could have traded any of the indices. You see all four of the charts, they all look the same. I'm flat super stoned on the couch. Hell yeah. Question is, Jake, what game you got on the big screen? Oh. Okay, got it. Jake, 274 was the one you gave me last night. So that one is gone. We do got to run up the likes. We're low right now. It's barely over 100. Usually we're higher than this. Y'all are kind of slacking right now. I expect more. I have higher expectations for you guys. We are also 47 subs away from hitting 31,000. So if you want to, if you're feeling generous, like the stream, hit the subscribe button, show some support. Jake, that's holy shit. All right, I just want y'all to read Jake's last message. The account we're giving away tonight is the 275th Alpha Futures account that he is giving away. That doesn't include TPT, E8, My Funded Futures, Tradeify. So y'all go ahead and do the math of how this man is supporting the industry. He has no reason to give away that many accounts, and he's doing it. Cultivating. Thought you were done. All right, get out of here. Leave. Nice trade, though. Yeah, that is why I ask you guys to like the stream, hit the sub button, show your love, because the man's a legend. Sam goes up 0 in 1,000 for giveaways. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Stan, if it makes you feel better, there's two people, I believe, yesterday, one last night and one on Jake's stream, that had never won giveaways in, I think, 4 years, and they finally did. So there's hope. It's just like trading. You got to hang on until it works. Eventually, you might get one. I got cooked in gold cells. Yeah, I saw that reversal. That was pretty aggressive. It was weak while it was. I'll give it to you. That was a weak chart. No, I love seeing people that have been in chat a lot, that have been in the Discord for a while, winning accounts. I love it. Also, people, Jake, yesterday someone passed their, was it Tiffany? Was it you that passed the giveaway account from Thursday? I believe it was Tiffany. It was either yesterday or 2 days ago. Probably 2 days ago because I took 3 losses yesterday. So I'd assume 2 days ago. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Cotty. Fat Cat, number one thing I'll say is on your phone, if you hold it vertical like this, you can zoom in on the screen, low pointer, but 200 or 198.50 is where I'm targeting for the rest of this position. We will do a giveaway later. We're still vibing for now. It'll come. You'll get it. Don't worry. I'll make it 5 minutes this time. I ran it too short yesterday. That's on me. I'll give y'all some more time. Yes, they are, Zay. Yes, they are. And this is exactly why we long. People probably wanted to short the heck out of this session, and I get it. I talked about the possibility in the beginning. We got exactly what we wanted, right? The 4 hour initially, it spiked up and was starting to push lower. I said if it breaks back below that 75, we're going to get more bearish, especially below the open. We never got that, so all I want to do is long this chart. We retested this prior breakout on the 4 hour, held, got 2 lower wicks, really nice. Now we're looking for that continuation. If this wanted to pre-FOMC, what would mess a lot of people up is if we just shot right back up to all-time highs. We're 40 points away. That would not be crazy. No, Jake, perfectly normal. Nothing weird about it at all. I do the same. All right. Well, Jake's not alone. That's how we know y'all are dedicated. What's good on the NQ? Do we wait for a pullback to long? Well, I definitely wouldn't long this from the way I trade. On NQ, where would I want? Let's look at some different time frames here. NQ, my next level of interest would be like 350. There's going to be a lot of people targeting 300. 300 could hold. It's this lower wick. I'd be looking at this pivot and this pivot and this wick and this wick. That puts us right at 350. So that's a really, really big resistance. That's going to be the pivot going into tomorrow. If we get above that, all-time highs. That's my trade plan. The entire thesis right there. For now, though, you can see this chart. This is a 2 minute. I'm not looking at that saying, hell yeah, I need to jump in. Gail, hell yeah. Appreciate you showing up, brother. Appreciate the support. Glad you caught it. NQ topping out at 27,300. Didn't you just say that you were shorting NQ? I mean, said it once, I'll say it again. We need liquidity. I'm okay with it. I mean, can we see 300 pull back? 100%. They wouldn't shock me. Hit a psychological level, we start to see a little bit of a pullback there. Okay. Market structure. What are we going to want to see on a chart like this? If we see this push up into 300, 315s, there's a resistance there. You can see it clear as day. We can consolidate there. We can pull back. We can pull all the way back to 270, 250. Market structure will still be there. For me to get bearish, I would need below 200. Anything above that, I'm leaning more bullish than bearish. If this trade pulls back, is what it is. What I'm going to do, though, is stops break even. It makes sense here. It's safe to say that this chart shouldn't pull all the way back to break even on runners. If it does, I'll be out. Waiting for short entry signal. Beautiful. Also, you ain't got to yell. You ain't got to yell at me. Let's look at the daily chart. To be fair, the daily candle has a larger lower wick than it does upper. At least on ES. I'll look at NQ. Larger lower wick than it does upper. To me, this is just consolidation. You got to remember, out of the past 21 days, we have had 4 red candles, today being the biggest of them all. The first red candle here isn't going to make me bearish. Can we pull back more? Yeah, it could make sense. If we go back like this and then up, cool. It's a daily pullback. It's healthy for the market. Do we need to? Not really. We could easily push right back into all-time highs. Why do I say that, though? Because if you start looking at the other indices, the YM hasn't even broken its range. It's actually tightening drastically. If this starts to break out, it'll feed ES and NQ a little bit to help the continuation. Same thing with RTY. Daily consolidation held the low of the range. This candle's a little weaker than the others, but we're still in this daily range. If we break the lows, hell yeah, I'm going to be more bearish than bullish. For now, though, I'm holding. Why not just flatten? Because it's not how I trade. The thing is, if I flatten on every time the market makes a move like this, I'm going to leave a lot of profits on the table. A really, really good example would be NVIDIA. And yeah, I'm going back to the trade. I don't care. Where was it? Friday. I got in within this first candle. If I flattened here, I'd have made $600 maybe. But I held because there's no reason for me to get out of this trade unless it pulls back and breaks structure. Held structure and ended up doing that and ended up making 8,100 off of it. You're never going to catch these moves if you get out just because you see the stock market go up and you get out. And it all depends on overall thesis. I think we have an overall thesis where this market pretty easily, if this 4-hour holds, can go right back up to 200. And that's just last week's highs. I think we can go to all-time highs, and it wouldn't be crazy. If this is a 5-minute chart and you're longing here, you're looking for this anyway. So I'm looking for the exact same thing on the 4-hour. I would rather have a trade stop me out than me sell early, because most of the time if I'm selling early, it's because I'm staring at my P&L. I've looked at my broker twice, and that was to move the stop. That's it. Gail, I do the PDH, PDL. That's previous day's high, previous day's low. I do it for the weekly as well, as you can see here, and the monthly. Just because they're broader pivots I want to pay attention to. I do it off the extended hours, me personally. Yeah, Victoria, let me look at the poll real quick. All right, leaning more bullish. Beautiful. And poll. Let's do poll. I got to do my third option because I know this is what I would click every time. All right, there's a new poll for FOMC. Let me know how y'all are feeling. Been in this trade for 1 hour and 30 minutes. Is that when we got in? Or have you been in since before that? Yeah, I've been in for an hour, 20 minutes personally. I've held trades. Well, to be fair, you guys have watched me on stream with YM hold trades for 12 hours. Right, what's shady as fuck? Robert, if you're looking to swing trade, I would just load up your own broker. But in all honesty, and the thing too, I wouldn't do it with props unless you're trading smaller size because it just doesn't make much sense. But futures markets close for 1 hour. So you would just have to close for that hour. The only thing is you're going to have to make sure you have enough capital in the account to swing overnight. Like the MES is, I think, 1450 per contract to hold overnight. Oh, no, riots. I don't know shit about fuck. It's the Ozarks meme. Lovey pullback, beautiful pullback. I want to see ES at least get up towards like 90 and then see how NQ reacts to 300. Because around that time, this hits 300. This should at least be up towards 90. No, Robert. So something like Trade Evade. Right now, if you want to trade MES on Trade Evade, you need $50 of margin. That is for day trading only. The normal fee for futures is like 1500 ish for one MES. For an ES contract, it's 15,000. And you have to have that capital in your account to be able to hold during the overnight session. So if you have a $3,000 account, you would be able to don't well, I'm not gonna say would, because I don't know the exact number. You should be able to hold 2 micros for the overnight session. Yeah, same, Rye. Same. Damn. Dude, gold is just so volatile. Is anyone trading this right now? I know some of you caught the long. Oil a little weaker, but still seeing a little bit of buying pressure. Appreciate you, Miss K. Give me a retest the previous day high in NQ. Oh, you're using the New York high. Okay, so right around 252. Yep. Yeah, Robert, if you plan on using TradeAvate, they have a whole margins tab that you can look up and figure out exactly what it costs to swing overnight. For those of you that are here for the giveaway, first off, appreciate you being here. But second of all, I'm gonna aim for like 8:40 ish Eastern. So in about 15 minutes. Just that way, at that point, if I give you a heads up and I give you 5 minutes to enter, it's your fault for not getting in. Okay, yeah, Christian, that makes sense. I don't hate it. NQ was a better entry, right? It's just depending on your expectations. If you wanted more of a pullback than that, you could have got it. But exactly what I talked about. Someone mentioned shorting there. I'm not interested in like shorting it. Just wait for somewhat of a consolidation around 85, which is why this was our main target. Did I sell early a little bit? Yeah. I'd be like that. But it just shows it was a good target. We hit 85, consolidated for 10 minutes, not much at all. And then we got the continuation so far. Now, as long as we hold 84s, I like it. I'm going to go ahead and throw stop up to 78. What I'm doing there is moving the stop up to the initial break that we got. Right. That's what I find myself doing is I'll trade during this session. And then for the next 4 hours, I'll be around the charts and I'll kind of sit and just see if there's setups. And if they do, I'll take smaller type of trades until we get into Allen's session. I don't know why I've fallen in love with trading 7 p.m. until like 2 a.m. I think there's so many really nice setups throughout that time period. Yeah, of course, Robert. Yes, Raw. I use ETH because I'm using the ETH chart because we're in the ETH session. I found a lot of reaction off of those. We probably react the same amount off of New York, but I'm just going to mark one. So I use the ETH because all the higher time frame charts I use are all ETH. Trade. It's on a. I have it on a funded, and then I have it on an eval for Lucid, which that eval is 400 away from being funded. No giveaways unless you make the Allen stream. Robert, it's not necessarily they'll lose money. You got to remember too, because they definitely won't lose money for the most part because it's all paper trading in the end. When we look at it though, the gaps during the overnight right now aren't extreme at all. These aren't crazy. If you go back to last year, where was the tariff days? That's going to be way back. I'm just going to go to the 4 hour. It'll help a little bit more. I'm going to go to the daily. It'll help a little bit more. I'll find it eventually. Tariff days. If you look at some of these gaps, these are a lot more aggressive. If you get something like this, and this is why it costs so much for margins, that's a 90-point gap down on ES. If you're swinging over that at open, you immediately lose 90 points. No, most people who are swing trading a future position, like that would be drastically outside of any parameter on the prop firm in general. So it's not logical for them to allow people to swing. Is that why they have that rule? I have no clue at all, but it makes sense in my head. Something you can always do in a more stable market like this, because we're not getting crazy gaps right now. You can always close at 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. Eastern and then look to jump back in at 6. It's not going to be that far off. We'll occasionally have a random gap, but sometimes that'll save you. Sometimes it'll bite you in the ass. 91, yeah. 91, I mean, at this point, I fully anticipate 90. Like I said, by the time we get up to 90, NQ should be up around 300, just comparing these charts. And then we'll see how we react to that. If I need to get out a little at 90, I will. Number one reason, too, that I moved my stop to here is there's no way in the world this trade should get back to there at any perspective, any point in time. If we break 90, I'll probably move my stop all the way up to 83. I don't hate the idea of having a stop between like 79 and 78s, which is where I have mine, because that's the only other structure besides this. I just don't want to squeeze the trade on it, or the stop on it. And unless this chart just nukes straight down, I'll be managing. Why 71, 98, 50? Why not all time highs? First, I love to front run on anything. I don't know why. I find better to just get the fill rather than be a dick for a tick. Because if you're a dick for a tick and it doesn't quite get there and pull back, you're going to lose more than I'm front running for anyway. So I do it. And just look at the overall structure. We still have room if we want to put in a 4-hour lower high. Like I said, I came into today managing expectations. I'm looking for 200. It's last week's highs. Actually, last week's highs is 200.50. I'm front running that. So 198.50 is my target. If we break that, like I said, all-time highs is where I'd be looking. Am I going to have a position for that? I don't know. We'll see. For now, though, I'm looking for 200. Can we reject 190? Yeah. We can do whatever this chart wants to do. How many likes we have? 137. Let's get 13 more likes. There's 260 you in here, 137 likes. That means roughly half of you haven't liked the stream. Hit the little thumbs up on the stream, please. Appreciate you. So I just saw, what's your IG? For all of us, it's Insta and then our name. Jake, since you're on here, what I was thinking about doing is changing those, getting rid of the Insta and just making it our name so it's easier. Since we don't really need those like that command for anything else. Does it get much better than this? No, it doesn't, Austin. Not at all. Yeah, so I think I'm going to do that just to make it easier. And I also got to open Streamlabs. Because then you can just say do exclamation point rake, do exclamation point Alan. Make sure the giveaway is up. All right. In 7 minutes, I'll do the giveaway. Yeah, Jake, that exactly. Vish, if that's what you want to do, rock with it. I got nothing against it. You do you. Oh, right. You start trading futures during the tariffs? Yeah. The tariff times were funny too, because myself included, 98% of traders couldn't trade futures at all in like the trading community world. Because we're all on prop firms. Every other day we were hitting 7% or 5%. So the futures were all locked out and you weren't able to do anything. If we break below 83, I'll be looking to get out. If we get confirmation back below it, because we'd be losing that. And the thing is, too, can we continue to go higher? Yeah. Could we use a bit of a consolidation or pullback? Yeah. Either way makes sense. We are coming into this area we talked about at 85. We're still sitting around there. We haven't gotten above this yet. So slimmer chance of getting 200 till we get above 90. We have a decent amount of 15-minute resistance in here between 89 up until 97s. But I'm going to try to hold this as long as the chart lets me. Yeah, in 5 minutes, we'll rock the giveaway. I would do it now, but I said 8:40. So if someone's just coming back in at 8:40, I'm not going to run it before they get here. We are at 30,955 subscribers. If y'all are in here, you haven't subscribed, help us get to 31,000. Jake's been giving away more prop firms than I've seen in my life. So show some love, show some support. Where's my stop loss? Right now it's at 78. Let me put that on the chart. Forgot to do it. That's on me. I have it sitting at 78 because it's where we broke out. In theory, we shouldn't go back down and test here. But if we break below 83, 84, I'll be watching to get out of the trade. Gold is still looking a little rough. Oil hourly is getting interesting. Because oil's still not breaking down. Yeah, it saw a nice push in the beginning. To be honest, 50 ticks on oil is nothing. So it's not that strong of a pullback. We do still have room for possible 4-hour lower highs. Hourly is a strong chart. We look at this hourly. It's like the daily chart. At some point, we're going to get a red candle, which will mean we'll get a little bit of a pullback. I would like to see this hold for the next 23 minutes. Because then we get a really strong hourly close, and we should be able to just hold this into the sunrise. Driz, don't make me just fucking send you to the Shadow Realm, brother. You can talk shit all you want. You were talking about shorts for this rally, and we kept rallying. I said we can reject 300. We rejected the 300 area. That's all I'm going to say. Where are we currently sitting? So we got, no, not 3.6. Let me fix that. A little over 2R there. It's a dollar moving. A little bit. Not really, though. That hourly close would be pretty important. But as long as we stay below 98.63, it's going to be more bearish and bullish. Rake trades versus the Undertaker. I don't even know what that means, but I want to see it right now. Bro, kill divide. Brother, I'm fine. To be fair, though, if he keeps going, I just said my first person in the shadow realm. I'm cool with it. Ain't gonna bother me none. We're green. I'm happy. Vibes are always elite. Anyways, how y'all doing today? OHIO, Zay. IO. Get him out of here. We'll leave him for now, cowboy. For now. But how y'all doing? I know some of y'all cashed out on that trade. Fucking flawless. Flawless. Some of y'all probably still holding. Some of y'all probably, unfortunately, in oil. Someone's probably looking to long the hell out of gold right here. 15 could get a really strong 3-bar play. Does it look rough right now from the last candle? Yeah, but it's an inside bar. Thing is, too, even with this pullback, we still have time before the hourly close. Unless we get a really strong pullback into the hourly close, then that's when it's going to be like, oh, all right, the hourly's looking a little more weak. Bust out the bazookas? Hell yeah. I'm long on gold. Rye, I expect nothing less, brother. Nothing less. Got 1,500. Gale, love it. Just take your time. And I love that method, getting like 50% of the eval. Because for me personally, if I'm trying to pass an eval in one day, I start leaning towards passing eval in one trade. And that's when daily loss limit comes into play pretty quick. But no, I love taking my time on evals. Dev, that's what we're here for. I'm not here to hand feed trades. I'm here for you guys to learn. That's why I love seeing people already cashing out. If you want to get out of a trade, get out of a trade. If you want to short this market like Drizzy, short the market like Drizzy. There's times where fading me will work. Today just wasn't one. Oh shit, it's 8:40. Who wants a giveaway? Should we give away free 50K Alpha Futures account? All right, so what we're going to do, and Drizzy, you can enter this. I know we got our beef. If you win, congratulations. Hope you do well on it. What are you going to do? Exclamation point, enter, send that in the chat. Once you see the bot, comment. Okay? You are getting 5 minutes. I gave a 15-minute heads up. If you don't get in, I don't know what to tell you. But go ahead. All you have to do is type it once. Never traded Alpha. I'm down. Alpha's nice. I like Alpha a lot. Type it. You'll get a reply from the bot. It says you're in the giveaway. Then you ride. Someone said something. I think if we Christmas tree, that should be worthy of a free account. Valid, Drizzy. Valid. But you got to win it fair and square. If we Christmas tree, beautiful short. I hope you print. For now, though, I hope we go straight to all-time highs. Yeah, all you got to do, enter the giveaway, exclamation point, enter. After you've done that, like the stream right at the little bottom. Don't rig it today. Connor, let me know when you enter so I can go in and delete your entry. Warium, you got to type the word enter after it, brother. Does everyone show trade similar to Rake? No, Dara, I showed this on my chart. There's absolutely zero reason why me showing contracts should make any impact on your decisions in the slightest. You need to trade how you want to trade. That's why I don't show contracts. I also don't trade on Tradeovate, so it doesn't matter. But if you like the setup, find an entry, take the trade, trim where you want to trim, do what you want to do. Anyways, 97 of you guys in here, 210 in the chat. Exclamation mark enter in the chat gets you in the giveaway. You still have 3 minutes. So what I'm gonna do real quick is I'm gonna run to the bathroom while y'all just sit there and keep spamming enter for the giveaway. More enter. You can spam enter as many as you want. As many as your heart desires, but only one counts. I'll be back. Give me 30 seconds. All right, how much time we got left? We got minute 45 if you haven't entered yet. There is currently 123 of you guys in the giveaway. What is the current market doing? Oil is getting a little bit of buying pressure here. Gold doesn't look terrible, but that 15 could go either way. So that's something to pay attention to. Indices getting a little bit of a pullback, more so just an overall consolidation. If we do start to lose 83, that's when I'll be looking at, all right, what do we want to do with the rest of this position? What was that total? Anyways, if you've already entered the giveaway and you're bored, like the stream, subscribe to the channel. We are currently at 30,963. 37 more subs and we hit 31K. Let's get it. Might see a little bit of a pullback here start happening on the indices. Oil is getting some buying pressure. See how we react on this 15-minute here. And then how gold reacts as well. Gold's not going to matter as much because it's kind of decoupled lately. Doesn't have as big of a factor. Oil is going to be a big factor though. I'll sub on my personal gun. Hell yeah, Mitch. How many likes we at? 188. Let's see if we can get 200 this stream. Should be easy. We got 300 yesterday. So 12 more likes. Maybe we can start consolidating a bit. I'm cool with that. We can consolidate and it can pull all the way back to 178 and it would still hold the structure. It would still hold the breakout. Do I want it to pull back there? No, because I'll be stopped out. Also, for those that don't know, the little heart in the bottom of the chat is like showing love. Showing support is a little thumbs up under the stream. Appreciate y'all either way. Let me log into my other Gmail. Hell yeah, Con. I'll stop deleting your name in the giveaway. And just like that, the giveaway, it paused at 1 second for some reason. Resume entries. Close. Okay. So the giveaway's over. I'm going to go ahead and pick the winner. Wario. I actually saw you just type exclamation point, and then I told you the correct thing to type. Congratulations. All you have to do is shoot me a DM on Instagram. Let me know your YouTube name. If you can, send me a screenshot. I guess it doesn't let you do that. W Wario. But go ahead, shoot me a DM. I'll go ahead and get back to you after stream, and I'll get you that account. Congratulations. Hopefully you're still here because I see that you have not chatted yet. W Wario is crazy. Wario, you in here, brother? No one's hand rigged anymore. Yeah. Oh, there it is. Oh, you literally said no one's hand rigged, and you said it. That don't count. Reroll. I'm not re-rolling because he's not replying. Wait, I can check to see if he's in chat. He's not in chat. Oh, there he is. Okay. It wasn't letting me reply to him real quick. Perfect. Warren, you won the giveaway? All you got to do is shoot me a DM on Instagram. Let me know that you're here. And I'll get you the account. I'll reply after stream. Dominic Warrium won. What is the 15 doing? Broke the prior 15 low. A little pullback consolidation could be needed. The only thing that would start to make me a little skeptical would be if we got something like this, where this tried to recover, couldn't make it all the way up to the prior highs, and then started to break this low. Then I would start to be looking like, all right, this might be fading it. Then it'd probably likely just get out. For now, though, I'm holding. I'm not redoing it. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. He's here. I know he's here. I know y'all want to win. You'll win eventually. Maybe. Possibly. Maybe not. All right. So how's the FOMC poll going? The FOMC poll is the exact same as the prior one we ran. It's like 52% bullish, 20% bearish, 20% don't know. Anyone, I got it. Some y'all win eventually. Jade gives enough away. All right. I'm gonna watch the 2-minute here. I'm not like dying to get out. I have no problem if this comes and stops me out in profits. Oil hourly, something I want to see. What's the hourly candle look like? Little bit of an upper wick. Doesn't matter, honestly, if it closes a bit of an upper wick. Wouldn't bother me in the slightest. As long as we close above the prior hourly high, which if we get all the way down there, we're going to be looking to get out anyway. We do have 8 minutes left until the hourly close. So that'll be important. There's a chance the next hour consolidates because the hourly could use it a little bit. And then we start to see more of a push during London. If that happens, I would likely be getting out. I'm watching here, though, because we are around that 83 area. So that little low here is what I want to pay attention to. Nice day. How you like it? I've never used the 200 at all on any time frame. Victoria, I have one on a funded, one on an eval. With Tradeify, I currently use Trade of 8, but I do love Trade C. I just only use Trade C on Lucid right now because I don't know what it's like to have different logins for that platform. So I just leave it on the one with Lucid. But I love Tradeovate. 820 EMA. I think I have the 9 and the 20 on these charts. I've never learned enough about EMAs to where I would like effectively use them in my trading. I just look at them on the higher time frames and kind of see what we're doing. Yeah, Victoria, I see what you're talking about. The 2-minute lower high there. Oh, didn't mean to do that. That's why I was interested to see how we hold this area. See if we end up setting like a lower high here. If we do, I'd be a little more cautious as we'd likely break below this. For now, though, like I see what you're looking at with this, but this I don't necessarily consider. I mean, this doesn't make sense the way I'm going to say it. I don't really consider that like a lower high, even though it is, because I like more than just one candle pullbacks for structure. So I would be looking for something like that for a head and shoulders for me. And that's just the way I view it. But no, I see exactly what you mean. And we're right at the area that I want to watch to see if we hold or not. Thing is, we just got to see how the next, 6 minutes goes. Because if this candle does close with a lower wick and we do start to push back higher, we have a really strong hourly close, and there's no reason for me to get out. Yeah, Victoria, it's just different perspectives. Possible 1, 2, 3 on the 30-minute. What do you think about the 4-hour no wick? I mean, to me, no wick just tells me we opened and immediately bought. So I don't have much for that. Got stopped out for 2,800. That's not a bad day, brother. That's not a bad day at all. I'll take a $2,800 stop out any day. 4-hour no wick doesn't really matter to me. The thing is just how we react to the prior 4-hour highs. So as long as we continue to hold 76.25, I think it's stronger. However, this is exactly what I'm currently watching for. If we do end up setting a little 2-minute lower high, I might just close. Even if the position wants to continue rallying, I'd probably start to get out if we start to break this low. Just because the chances of it pulling back with a little more of a bearish 15-minute can grow. And if we start to consolidate more, we could be in this for a couple hours, which doesn't matter. But I just don't want it to pull like all the way back to the stop. I like a soft stop around this like 83 area. I'm just not moving a hard stop up because I don't want to get wicked. Interesting, Zay. Yeah, I mean, it can make sense because it just tells you where like the average for the prior 200 candles are. Victoria, I'd probably close both. I trade evals and lives identical, unless I turn on that little red sign that you guys love, which we're not doing. Probably shouldn't even have mentioned it, but it's not happening. But no, I trade them both the same. I have no problem taking trims or getting out of a trade on evals. I like trading every account that I have, pretty much identical. Cowboy, it's the beautiful thing about the market is there's trades everywhere all the time. If this pulls back, sets a higher low and breaks, that could be a trade up to 200. DJ, no, not doing it. You got short limits at 273. Okay. So you're basically looking to see if we spike this little high, fill you in right around here, and then fail to go back lower. I can see it 100%. And also, this is why I don't like just ban people who are talking in the chat because Drizzy's chill. Did he say he wants to short? Yeah. Shorts can work. Not a problem at all. Shorts work. I'll be out. But no, appreciate the input, brother. Would rather size in if it continues to drop. Yeah, I agree. I agree with everything you said there, Drizzy. Cowboy, I've banned people, but on Jake's streams. I haven't had anyone, I haven't had like actual haters in our stream. So we're chilling. We got a vibe squad in here, and I love it. So oil's not, that's the thing. Oil's not really bullish or bearish. What I'm probably going to do is see what the 9 a.m. open does. If it all of a sudden opens and just capitulates to the stop in profits, is what it is. If we can get to 31K likes, I'll ban myself. Oh, why the hell would you do that? Wait, 31,000 likes? Brother, if we get 31,000 likes, holy hell. Love it. The funny thing is, like, and this isn't towards you, it's just in general. I have another program that shows me the comments so I can like still see the comments when people delete them. I'm curious what your thesis is there. I'm not saying I disagree with it. I'm just curious what it would be. I love hearing other people's thesis overall. Well, that's the polar opposite thesis that you just put out. But I'll rock with it. Retest 80. I can see that. Let's see if there's a little bit of resistance in the past from 80. Yeah, 83 is the New York high, which is why I was kind of watching that. Yeah, there's a decent amount of consolidation around 80. If this 5-minute close like this, we just have a little inside bar after a lower wick candle. Neither of these two candles really mean anything. It's just going to be how the next candle opens. If this does this, now there's that kind of lower high that I'm watching for. If it breaks, I'm looking to get out. There's a chance it breaks on the hourly and we spike aggressively lower. If we do, I'll just try to get out as quick as I can. But I do have stops in profit, so I'm not worried about it. I do. Mitch, I love listening to your stuff. I love getting insight from like everybody. I mean, subs, if we get 31K subs, what are we at? 964. So we still need 36 more subs. I know there's 36 of you in here lurking that aren't subbed. I get it. I understand it. You can even mute the channel. Just hit the sub button for me. At least get us up to 75. That's not what I want to see on the candle. All right. Yeah, we're likely going to push lower here. I want to see how this wick reacts. See if we can hold, because what it could do, I'm going to go to the 30-minute even though I don't love it. Okay. What it could do is set a really nice 15-minute higher low, and then we just continue to hold the trade. Let it work. Let it do its thing. If I get stopped in profit with the runners, I get stopped in profit with the runners. That's also why I didn't want to throw like a hard stop at 83. If this does hold, that would have slammed me out. Broke neckline. Yep. Now we just got to see how it reacts. Is he going to retest and just sell off? If it does, chart's going to be weaker. Drizzy's going to have a short plan out. Yeah, that's weaker. Don't like that one. We would need 40 seconds of strong buying or else this is cooked. Oil's getting some momentum, but it kind of faded a little bit. Got the retest of 80. I think I'm in the mindset I'm just going to leave my stop. If it stops me in profits, it stops me in profits. What prop firm is the free account? It's going to be Alpha Futures, Warium. So I'll go ahead and get you the code. You shoot me a message on Instagram, and I'll send it over to you. Yeah, if we lose 80, the stop will come. Like I said, at this point, I'm just going to leave my stop where it is. If it wicks, it wicks. If it stops me out, it stops me out. Of course. Trade WAP. I'm not going to lie, with the numbers we've been running since we started this, 50K by August would be a low number because the support's been insane. And we're consistently getting new people in here, which I love to see. Yeah, oil's not getting as much of a breakout as I would have anticipated. Gold just died. Gold's in trouble. This might come all the way down, retest that breakout, stop me out, then go back up. At that point, I'm not getting another trade. I'm just letting it do its thing. We'll see what happens to the runners. Jersey, if you're still in here, where's your low target? Like, where are you looking to hit on NQ? You should be up like 30 points. You tell me Trump tweeted exactly at 9 p.m. If so, interesting. Okay, so oil is getting the buying pressure. 4 hour looks a little stronger. Yeah, that stop's likely hitting. Most of y'all probably got out. I'm targeting 230. Okay. Yeah, I like it. It'd be just targeting the retest of that little breakout. I can see it. Trade, so do I. It wouldn't blow my mind at all if that happened. Trump did not tweet. Valid. Think runners got wicked. Wait, let me look. Well, either way, they just got hit there. Yep. So we're out runners, so I'm flat on the position. Nice trade overall. I'll take it. Head and shoulders. It is. We were talking about that 2-minute lower high. If it sets, could easily trigger and push back lower. I was at the point though where I was wanting to just let the trade do its thing, leave my stop where it was. Once I saw the volatility kick in, I hate just immediately closing. If I have a hard stop set, I'll just let it work. Appreciate you, Uni. There was news. I didn't see nothing, but Twitter might be a little late. Watch this hit and then go right back up. That would be unfortunate. Stop that way there. Beautiful trade. Like, dude, if you're able to get a withdrawal too, I would not want to see you hold through that. That makes zero sense. If you get to the point where a withdrawal is confirmed, zero hedges issues. No, I don't think I follow zero hedge. I usually use Bloomberg for the most part. Uni, if you're torn on it, just sit it out. There's no point in jumping, especially right here. If you see something on the lower time frames, take it. Beautiful. You told aides to prepare for extended blockade. Makes sense. I could see that. This is going to be just like yesterday, though. If we start to continue to break down and we end up seeing that continuation lower, between now and the London session could provide some really nice shorts. You just look for a lower high and let it rip. Could get ugly. Yeah. Imagine we just sell off aggressively tomorrow before FOMC. Sitting at 200. Wait. I mean, we're still, at the 200. Well, Zay, that's the thing. What time frame are you using too? Because the 200 will be different on every time frame. News just dropped. Maybe I need to follow new people on Twitter. I think my Twitter's broken. I haven't gotten anything in the last 2 hours. It's broke. I'm also not going to just long this. I'm going to be sitting cash, most likely. Probably run stream for like the 23 minutes, as long as chat's active. If not, we'll go ahead and close her up. Just best two evals and Lucid with thank you short. Hell yeah, TK. Love it. This whole Iran thing seems like a WWF show. Yep. No, Alex, I'm out. I'm cash. I'll delete this because I am cash. This is the second day in a row towards the end of the stream. We got a big old reversal. Zach, cut an eyes long, and then I got stopped in profits on runners. Drizzy. I mean, I don't know if I'd call it a Christmas tree because that's more like the side of the tree got shaved a little bit. But yeah, shit went down. I'll give it to you though. You said you wanted 300. We didn't quite get 300. Did I want above 300? Yeah. But I also said there's a chance we start to pull back off of it. I'm happy. Hopefully you caught it, brother. Victoria, did you take it? That's the thing though. You called it, but did you trade it? Oh, see? You got to take it. If you have the confidence, just take it. Jake, welcome to the last 2 days of the Asia. Light pullback. Real light pullback. Only what's crazy is this looks insane. That's 78 points on NQ. That ain't much. But if that was New York, that'd probably be 200 plus. Gotti, this is a really good topic. Think about it. There's two ways to think about it. And there's going to be some people who think they're king shit that say you can't trade because you've been on an eval for 17 days. The way I look at it is you've kept an eval alive for 17 days. That's more impressive than passing it in one. Through and through. And I will die on that throne every time. It shows you can keep it consistent. Are you making exponential profits where you pass it? No, but you're working in the right direction. If you can keep it alive and get towards the funded, trade your funded the exact same way, you're perfectly fine. I don't put a time frame on when people should pass evals. I know people that took 2 months to pass them. And then they traded the funded account for 6 months. So that's a lot more impressive to me than trading it in 1 day and passing it immediately. What news just hit, Doug? I don't know. Something about the Middle East. At least you're not gambling on sunflower seeds. Hey, I did that a little bit yesterday. Hell yeah, Brian. Cowboy, we got to pull back. You had these 4 minutes for your pullback. But it just shows you too. If you read the chat, there's trades everywhere. Did I get stopped in profits? Yeah. 100%. It is what it is. A lot of you caught the short, which is fucking beautiful. I love to see it. Uh-oh. Oil's back over 100. This, though, is where we need to start paying attention. Because remember, we talked about the slight wick on the hourly. Now the hourly triggered. Where's going to be the really big pivot is going to be that 180 area. If we get back above 180 in this hourly, we can do a really ugly hourly fail to go lower. However, the 4 hour is where I'm paying attention to. If we reject this area, set this 4 hour lower high, we could easily be down at 150 tomorrow, possibly lower. And that wouldn't be crazy at all. Well, I'm likely not taking another trade simply because this is what the chart looks like. I don't like risking the second news comes out unless I'm not in a trade and I like some conviction there. So I'll wait and see what this chart does. Send it. No, we're not doing it. I'm not pushing the button. There's no way Victoria did quote and it said, who the hell needs online casinos? And you have a 15-second chart. There's no way that's the one quote it picks. You know, you want it. You guys are the worst influence of anything. You guys are a horrible influence. I do have a bunch of evals, but I want to pass them and not be a complete degenerate. We already did 2 DGen hours this week. Yep, uni agree. Have a solid plan, good risk management. That's all you need. Time on any account does not matter. And you have to remember, Cotty, we're in it for the long run. 1000%. 1000%. Okay, Drizzy, one thing I do want to talk about, and this isn't coming to you, it's just in general. And obviously, I don't think you have the mindset that I'm going to talk about, but it's going to be more in general with the manipulation aspect, mainly because of your second comment. That cleared it all up for me easily. For the take profit before the continuation macro run, the main thing I want to focus on there is the manipulation aspect. And like I said, it's not towards you, it's towards the masses. Ever since this whole war shit's come out, I have never seen more people complain about manipulation in the market. You have to realize the market is manipulated. There's a bunch of stuff going on with the war that is going to be manipulation. It's the stock market. There's insider trading from everybody. Oil ripped in the overall because the US went to war. What's the first thing the US did? We unloaded a metric shitload of oil. Coincidence? Likely. There's going to be manipulation no matter what way you look at it in the market. And I'm not saying you are saying this at all, Drizzy, so don't take it that way. But there are a lot of people who blame moves like this on manipulation. They'll say, "Oh, the market's being manipulated. It's impossible to trade." That's not true. How many of y'all caught shorts on this based off of logical structure that gave you confidence to take the short? The manipulation lines up with the fucking chart. Now, if there's a random tweet like, "Oh my God, we just bombed the hell out of somebody," yeah, the market's gonna sell. That's what the market does. But in reality, this isn't like, yes, there's tweets, there's global events going on with this, but there's valid structure here. We talked about it, y'all shorted it, and it worked. Most of the time, news flows with the market structure. Yeah, agreed, Mitch. You have to remember, $1 billion in the stock market is nothing. So there's the people running the market are running massive amounts of numbers. The people who are passing the bills are insider trading. There's manipulation everywhere. You either got to learn to trade it or die trying. There are sometimes will be crazy candles, obviously, but it's like logical. Let's go back to the tariff days. There was a massive tariff meeting about us launching tariffs on everybody in the world. The market wasn't really selling too crazy at that point. Once the meeting happened, the tariffs were announced, we sold off like 7%. It's not manipulation. The market was already providing that information for us. You just got to trade it. Victoria, that's the open, which is crazy. All we did right there was sell off, retest the open, and hold. And I guarantee you, at least one of you long the open. There is someone in this chat long right now that went off the open. Could have been on NQ, could have been on ES. But no, it just shows. That's why the open's valuable. It's a valid level for that session for me. See? See? Yep. Victoria, I'm not going to lie. I love that for you the most, mainly because you didn't take this. You waited. You didn't chase it. You waited till you saw something that was worth stabbing, and then you took a trade. Beautiful. I'm already 600 in profit. Hell yeah. I'm not giving any input on trims, executions. Y'all do what you want to do. Trade your plan. If you want a little scalp, take a little scalp. There is a chance it does something like yesterday, so just remember that. where yesterday we started to see the overall pullback. Then we pulled back a little bit and then just slowly kept chopping lower until the late session around London, where we saw more aggressive selling. What up, Jeff? Could be a really good entry for shorts. We're in a volatile market. You can take a 2-minute trade in this kind of market and catch a decent opportunity. Like I said, I'm likely not taking another trade. Cultivating. Get the fuck out of here. Go. I normally thank people for being in stream. Get out. You said you were done like 10 times. You got to go. I was mad too. That's the last person you want to piss off. I'll tell you that right now. And I don't have a wife. I know it's either Rachi or Rochi. Don't know exactly which one. The spelling looks like Rachi. So what I'm going to say with that is just pay attention to the overall structure. If we get back above 77s, we can go. We're going to be looking towards that 80 area again that we fought with. Over that, I'd be looking back towards the highs, in all honesty. Coach Roach, Rachi. But no, the hourly fail to go lower is what I'd be paying attention to. If this does fail to go lower on the hourly, get a strong hourly close, we do have 40 minutes left. But if it does, I'll be watching in the next hour for potential trades, and that's when I'll be more interested in trading. At that point, I'll be looking for something to like 85 to 200. But you should have a nice stop. I still, based off your comments, I still have no clue which way to pronounce that. I'm gonna be honest with it. Why did $1,000? Why did 1,000 barrels of oil show over your door? Austin, it could be you're in for the long-term investment now. Got a little. Well, see, if the contract actually rolled over, like imagine if that happened. Imagine if futures were back like they were in the old days, where if you forgot to close a position, they actually executed you. You forget to trade oil, you buy 1,000 barrels of oil at $100 a barrel. You can make a mistake and own 1,000 cows or 1,000 bushels of like corn. What would you do with it? You just live in the city. Big semi truck shows up. You got 1,000 cows sitting in the driveway waiting for you. Truck full of Nasdaqs. I don't even know what that is, but I would say no. What about gold? My guy. I don't know if you would get 1,000 ounces or how they settle this one. But if you, first off, if you can do that and not have it phase you, I'm just gonna say congratulations. You've done well. Me, I'd be crying trying to figure out how the hell to sell it as fast as I can, because I would owe a massive bill. I'd be in generational debt. Victoria's late. Don't judge me. I love math, but it's not mathing right now. Diego, I'm be honest. I wouldn't hate. Now I know it wouldn't be bags of coffee. I know it'd probably be like 100-pound bags. But I would love if 1,000 bags of coffee showed up to my door. I'm set for the next 20 years. Never. That's a long-term investment right there. Christian, I love that answer. Motherfucking beans. It's just all of the beans. Interesting, Eric. So GC is cash settled, but you can request physical. My goal in life is to end up being that kind of baller where you can choose if you want a long gold for the long term. You're just like, all right, I'll take the 1,000 whatever of gold. and just stash it in the basement. That's the kind of money I want to have one day, just cause. That's like ultimate fuck you money. Who needs a Lamborghini where you can just assign on gold? That 15-minute chart looks atrocious. Deliver my bricks. Mitch, if I got that as a coffee table, you're coming to visit. We'll do a podcast, and there'll just be a stack of gold bricks right in the middle. Austin, wouldn't that be wonderful if the US dollar was actually backed by something other than word of mouth across the world? That's thinking too logical, though. Oh, okay. So for every one gold contract, you would be assigned 100 troy ounces. Oh, well, that's not terrible. It's a lot less than I thought it would be. U.S. economy propped up by pixels on Tradeify is crazy but valid. Do you see the news now? I'm gonna have to follow new Twitter accounts if I don't. Also, if anyone has Twitter, I just logged on. Saw Brett Simba posted $1,000 cash giveaway tomorrow. You just got to retweet and follow. If you want $1,000, if you want a chance, go do it. Officials say the siege is crushing the Iranian economy. Well, no shit. Asian currencies consolidate ahead of FOMC. Yeah, I saw Trump was yapping a lot. Do I not have notifications for this one? Oh, I don't have notifications for the one that was talking about it. That's on me, guys. That's on me. That's my bad. Yeah, unfortunate for the position, but it's trading. We caught a beautiful trade. I'm happy with it. OG, just go to Brett Simba's Twitter. He's the owner of Tradeify, and you'll see it. Mitch, I would love FOMC to be completely flat. There's gonna be so many people leaning bullish or bearish overall. And I would love for it to just be absolutely flat because most people are going to forget that we have a massive tech earnings an hour afterwards. I'm more interested in the tech earnings than I am with the FOMC. Warium won the giveaway. MES, you're gonna see a lot of people be more bearish. It's just how the market is. Especially if you're a bear and you look at this daily chart. I'll pull up the NQ because it's even crazier. And you look at this daily chart, you're going to be seething because at some point in the future, this is going to pull back more aggressive. It will. Doesn't have to happen this week, but they're going to be waiting for this. At least the smart bears. The ones who are just bearish for absolutely no reason are shorting this along the entire way up and getting liquidated every day. The smart ones, though, like maybe you, MES Polar Bear, it's in your name. You might be waiting for that actual day. Now that we're up here, though, back up around like the 20% mark from the lows, you can start to see more volatility here, especially as we come into FOMC. The last few days, there's been a lot of really nice potential shorts that have played out. There's also been not a lot of nice longs. Mitch, a lot of the larger firms are like sitting on the sideline. That's why we had low volatility before FOMC. The actual heavy hitters are just waiting till post FOMC. Most people aren't trading into the actual call. Victoria, I usually don't trade FOMC at all. Like I probably won't even be at charts tomorrow. I do have one option swing trade. It's a higher risk trade. If the chart still holds structure into it, I'll probably hold it through it. I sized willing to do it. But I'm not trading the event. It's just the overall chart. I like the risk to reward on it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, oh well. But no, tomorrow I don't plan a day trade at all. I have zero interest. MES, I'm one of the worst long-term traders you'll ever meet at the moment. Something I got to work on. I just sell way too fast for stuff. Like I had bought Netflix. Plus, I focus mainly on options because I want to just compound and build on options. And I just funnel that into a long-term account that I don't have a lot in yet. Like I bought Netflix down before it rallied. Where did Netflix? Oh, that's the hourly chart. No wonder. I bought Netflix down at like 75-ish and I sold, I think 86, somewhere around there. Somewhere around either here or here. I'd have to look. But I got full out of the position. Did it rip up to 110? Yeah. I suck because I started looking towards like a swing trading aspect. Diego, tomorrow, I'm not going to say if it's worth it or not, just because I don't have interest in trading tomorrow in the slightest. I've gotten smoked so many times by FOMC that it's just, I don't want to put risk on. In general, are you talking like long-term stocks? My thesis with longer term trading around news is I don't give a shit about news if the chart agrees with it. If I find a chart that I absolutely love, I will take slightly more dated contracts tomorrow and just hold through FOMC. Like a trade I have in, I'll show it. Is it the most beautiful chart in the world? No. CRM. Main reason I'm looking at it is the possibility of the monthly closing stronger. I'm going to delete these. That's like the broader aspect with it. If it does close stronger, this is the end of the month. If it closes up green, you're looking at 193. The risk to reward is exponential on that if we get there. You go to something like the daily chart. It started to hold. I like the break today of the hourly, but then it pulled back later on. We started to get a gap up. I bought in somewhere like around here. Started to get the breakout, pulled back. Now I'm just sitting in it. If we gap down tomorrow, I'll close. I'm sized for it. But I just think the potential of the rally, if it does hold, is worth the risk. It's not going to be anywhere as clean as Netflix, but it's just on a broader perspective. MES, that is another name that I fumbled drastically. 2 splits ago on Tesla, I had shares at, I think, 350 before it split twice. So that would be like $100 now, maybe lower. Sold that for like 420, 425, somewhere in there. But that was also in my first like 2 years of trading. Yeah, if I look back at these shares I've bought, I would probably cry. I had AMD and Amazon back in the 80s when they did, was it this in 2022? I had them back sub 90, both of them. Sold them for like 120 around there. But that was also my second year of trading. I didn't know shit. I was just looking to make money. I made money, then lost it all. But no, now I'm definitely looking longer term to actually buy shares, hold them in names that I really like. Wafi, can you type that out again? Because the numbers don't necessarily make sense. If we break above 87, would you look for a buy into 180? You mean 77? This could easily be a buy setup. It's the exact same thesis we talked about. This could be one of the trades that I go into detail about, and I just don't end up taking. If it does get back above, let's say 80 and goes up towards high day, 200 be my target. I'm more interested in it in the next hour, just not necessarily like right now. VOO and chill. I know a lot of people that do that. For me, I wouldn't necessarily want to just because I'm a trader. Like I can do the technical aspect on charts and see where the risk to reward is. Because it's not hard to make 20% on a certain stock in a year. You can look at 40 stocks on my, not 40, maybe like 15 stocks on my overall watch list of 46 names that have moved over 20% this year. But that also brings me to the aspect where I'd be trimming. And that's where I mess up shares. Didn't have the balls, haven't bought any stocks in a few years. There'll be opportunities. In my 5 trading careers, I have seen 3 different generational buying opportunities, maybe even 4 for shares. And it's crazy. It's once in a lifetime, once in a decade, you'll never see again. And we've seen like 4 or 5 of them. If you've just been buying SPY, you're up big. That's awesome. What I think I'm going to do now, though, because I don't think I'm going to trade, I'm going to be watching the after hours forward trade. Could you take this trade? 100%. I just don't feel like stepping back into it for some reason. So I think I might go ahead and wrap up stream. It didn't hit the 3-hour mark today. So the under on, what was it? Victoria's thing would hit. It was either Victoria or Tiffany that said 10 o'clock. Think I'm going to wrap it up here. But every peso's up and balls of steel with good buying areas. Agreed. Hell yeah, brother. Glad to see you locked it. With that, though, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Call it a night. I'll be back on tomorrow. Oh, yeah, let's check the hourly real quick because we talked about it. Yeah, what I would want to see is how the hourly is going to react around this area for both charts. If we close that lower wick, I'm interested overnight in finding new positions. I'm just not in any right now. And that could be positions on ES, NQ, or even YM. RTY, I just don't love as much because it's a lot weaker. So RTY, I have that crossed off. But these 3, I'm open to overnight trades in. Brother, appreciate it. I'm in it long. Beautiful. If you can hold, if it keeps holding structure, let her eat. Well, I'll be back on tomorrow for post FOMC, post earnings. Luckily, I don't have to deal with any of that shit. Alan will be on 1 a.m. Eastern. Jake will be on in the morning. And I believe Jake will be on for FOMC for the power hour session. So a lot going on tomorrow. What are we at sub-wise? Ooh, we didn't even get close. 966. Stony 34. By tomorrow, we better hit 31,000 by my stream. I know y'all can do it. I know y'all can sub. We better hit it. Should easily hit. But with that, though, I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. And I will see y'all tomorrow.